Hi there, Pam, and welcome to our show. We're excited that we were able to meet you guys almost every week. Sometimes it's every other week, but just doing this consistently and invite people over and add value has been such a blessing in our lives.
Yeah, I agree, Rita. I was just reflecting on and thanking God on how we started out with you and I. We've been talking every week for years,
That's
and
right.
we thought, let's invite other people to the table with this COVID and get more fellowship. And it was just so amazing just to have all these amazing people sit around and sit at their feet and learn. And how many episodes we have now?
I think this is the 18th one.
Okay. So we
Wow.
had like over 18 conversations that were so rich and so deep. And I would encourage our viewers to go back and check them out.
Yes.
And because I think God just really worked and brought people who I feel like they're just not giving knowledge,
Mhm.
but their life, knowing their life and they live it out,
Yeah.
they have a lot of wisdom. And wisdom is something that's so special. So God has just really been so good to us. What
If
an
I were to
amazing.
think back, I have like two questions in my mind. And
Okay.
this year has been an incredible year. In some ways, a hard year, I would say, a remarkable year, and yet a very challenging and a year that has tested all of us.
Yep.
If I were to ask you, what is something that you feel you have learned this year? How has this year been for you? What would you say?
Yeah. Well, I think we started out just talking about our daily habits. Do you remember that? We talked about daily habits of gratitude and encouragement and keeping promises and having a time of solitude and prayer. And I think about, for me, I've been really trying to practice that. I've been trying to practice, like before I get out of bed, thinking about what is it, like refusing to get out of bed till I can think of at least three or four things I'm grateful for. That has really increased my joy level. I think the challenge of even just encouraging someone every single day,
Yeah.
deliberately thinking, okay, who am I going to encourage today? I think that's kept me more engaged during this isolation time. I think the challenge that I'm still struggling to practice is keeping promises, because
Hmm.
I feel like I say yes to too many things and then I get overwhelmed. So that's something I really want to work on, just to be very clear and intentional.
Yeah.
Um, and I think prayer has been amazing. Last night, um, I have a campus student staying with me. So the both of us prayed all night and it was just so good. So I think those daily practices have been life changing for me. What
Yes.
about you? What are some things that really?
Well, I was looking at the scripture in the Bible in Ecclesiastes 3:13.
Mhm.
The teacher, he tells us that we have to learn to celebrate because
Yeah,
celebration is a gift from God. He says, eat,
right.
drink, because this is a gift from God. And, you know, this year has been an interesting year for me because I feel like I had to reinvent myself.
Yeah,
I had to really take stock of who I am and what am I going to do? Because we were faced with some amazing challenges this year. Like, we had to get used to social media, we had to get online, we were
yeah,
able to meet people. And,
mhm,
we are all used to being with people all the time, right? That's
right.
how we conducted ourselves.
Yeah,
That was our business as leaders. We were always serving people one on one in groups, but face to face. And this year, it has been a new learning time
yeah,
where we had to get online and still do what we are called to do.
right.
I feel like that has been a new thing for me in my
Yeah,
life. It has challenged me in many ways
yeah,
because I'd rather not, I don't like making mistakes. I don't like looking bad. I don't like looking silly. And sometimes when you're on screen, you don't know how you look. And so,
exactly. And the whole world is watching you, right? I know. I think about that interview we did with the younger generation.
yes.
And one of the boys said, if you want to communicate with us, get on social media. And I remember getting so challenged. Oh gosh, what a different way to communicate, right? but I appreciate you just being in there, and we kind of stepped up to the challenge,
Yes.
you
Well,
know, so
I appreciate your support too. The fact that we too, we just
yeah,
really wanted to add value. We really
yeah,
wanted to, bring some cheer and
yeah,
some goodness amongst all this news of sadness and gloom
yeah,
all around.
yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to be a support, and I really appreciate our friendship.
Think just even widening our circle,
Hmm.
like I think about all our viewers and their support, and that we could connect all the messages we got and the encouragement. I think it just really carried us through this dark time in history of COVID, that
Yes.
we actually have fellowship and nothing can stop us. So that's been a great gift from God.
Christmas is happening, and it's a different kind of Christmas. We were not able to be with our own families in
Right.
most cases. Some of
Yeah.
us lost loved ones,
Yeah.
and it can be hard to celebrate.
Yeah.
And yet, I know that hope is the only thing that's stronger than fear.
Yeah.
And celebration gives us hope. It makes us look forward to new things.
Yeah.
And I think we need that in our lives. Now that we are waiting for 2021, we don't know how it's going to be. I know that, there's hope in terms of vaccine. At the same time, for us as leaders, even spiritually, we need that hope every single day
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
move on. And I think that is my new quest. That is my new challenge, is to hold on to that hope every
Yeah.
single day for the coming 2021. Or what interview would you say has impacted you the most? I know we had quite a few people.
I think all the interviews were amazing. And I think about Tammy talking about grief,
Hmm.
and understanding that grief is a daily thing. It could be something as simple as a change, in the way we do work. That
Yes.
can have a grief component to it. And how do we handle grief?
Hmm.
I think about Roger Lamb and his wisdom about managing our expectations, and how
Yeah.
sometimes we tend to expect and get disappointed, and we
Hmm.
really need to manage those. I think about just the personal growth one by Tom Newley, and how we have to, um, really learn to reframe,
Yes.
uh, our thoughts and our actions and our
Yes.
behavior, because it's so easy to get into patterns of addictive behavior and numb what we feel. So I appreciate his insights, and yeah, and I think all the other leadership experts, the younger, even our daughters, and the insights they gave us, our sons, and
Yes.
um, just the Olympian and her discipline.
Yeah.
There's so much. I want to go back and just sit at their feet and listen again. Yeah.
I think, that has been a gift, I feel, because, we could go back, and I encourage our viewers to go back, even as you're thinking about making decisions,
Right.
creating new habits, or maybe changing something about your life in 2020. I feel like we have really enough information in
Yep.
terms of foundational things that we could actually change to, to see some amazing outcome in our lives. So I would encourage to go back and revisit some of those episodes that you think you need. I know for me, there are so many things, especially the one on mentorship. Like all of us need mentors. And
Right.
2021, it's time to look for mentors, people who can help
Yeah.
you, people who can help you grow. And I know we talked about conscious leadership,
Yep.
being conscious of what you do, thinking through it, and not just doing it because you have to do it, because they say, be present. And conscious leadership is all about that. So I feel like we have some amazing, valuable stuff that we
Yes.
have learned so far.
Yes.
Please apply it. That even as the new year comes, we are looking forward to learning from new people. We
Yeah.
are hoping that more people will join us to keep up with our talks. Pam and I, we all have our own lives. We have our jobs, we have our families, we have our careers, and yet we want to be able to keep up the show. And so we want to invite you, any of you who are interested in maybe sponsoring the show, or because we want to make it better. We want to be able to take the show to more people. If you are an expert in that, or if you think you can sponsor us, please do contact us. We would
Yeah.
really appreciate your help.
Yeah. Yeah. I think our vision is both of us have lived in the third world where resources weren't as available.
Yes.
We remember just dying for leadership material or
Yep.
books we couldn't afford, and I think this midday musings grew out of a passion to provide insight free of charge, and just to provide resources to people who desire to be leaders. Now we're in the information age, and we would really want to share
Yes.
experts' experiences and wisdom on our show.
Yep.
So, and we want to be able to reach many, but as you know, both of us are not experts in social media. So we do have a little cost that we need to incur. And so we're just looking for partners
That's
who
right.
have that same vision and mission, who would want to partner with us. So DM us if you're interested, and we'd love for you to join us.
That would be awesome. Well, as we come to the end of the show, I know that we're looking forward to an amazing 2021.
Yes.
And we want to wish you guys a very happy new year. And, as you reflect on your life, as you renew your thoughts, as you rejuvenate yourself and prepare yourself for 2021, we want to wish you all the best. And I hope that we can keep up and really, continue to do what we're doing or even better than what we were doing.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yes. Me too, Rita. Happy New Year.
Happy
And
New
look forward to seeing you next year.
Year.